Today, we're talking about something new from Google that's a pretty huge leap forward. It's called FunctionGemma. And really, it's all about teaching AI to stop just talking and start actually doing things. So what if your AI could do more than just talk? I mean, really do things. Imagine telling your phone, hey, buy this stock, instead of just asking for the price. Or what about asking your smart home to preheat the oven and order the groceries for dinner tonight? That's the future we're diving into, an AI that actually takes action. You see, this is a huge shift in what we should expect from AI. We're watching it evolve from just a passive chatbot, one that only answers questions, into a true active co-pilot that helps you get stuff done. So let's break down what this actually means, because this isn't just some minor upgrade. We're talking about a whole new chapter for AI. For years, the really big challenge in AI was just understanding language. But now, the whole game has shifted. The new frontier is all about enabling action, basically connecting that digital brain to real-world tools. But that brings up a really important question. How do you get an AI to do that safely and, reliably? Okay, so the secret sauce here is a concept called function calling. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but stick with me. The idea is actually really simple. Let's break it down. So, to put it simply, function calling is basically the bridge between what you say in plain English and a computer's ability to actually do something. Think of the AI as a universal translator. It takes your request and turns it into a super precise set of instructions that another program can understand and execute. All right, so what does this actually look like in practice? It's basically a 4-step dance. Step 1, you just ask a question. Simple as that. Then step 2, the AI figures out the right tool for the job. Step 3, and this is the real magic, it generates a very precise machine-readable command. That's the function call. And finally, step 4, your application takes that command and runs it. It's a really clean, structured, and safe handoff. And this is where Google's new specialist model comes in. It was built from the ground up for this one specific job. Meet FunctionGemma. Now, this is not your typical giant do-everything chatbot. Nope. FunctionGemma is different. It's designed to be a lean, mean function-calling machine. Its one job, its only job, is to be the absolute best translator it can be between what you say and what a machine does. And what's really wild here is the size. You can think of parameters as kind of like the knobs and dials an AI uses to think. Now, the huge models, they have billions, sometimes even trillions of them. FunctionGemma, it has just 270 million. That is incredibly small. And that small size is actually its superpower. Let's really put that into perspective. Your typical big model is just massive, right? It tries to be a jack of all trades and needs a ton of computing power. FunctionGemma, on the other hand, is tiny. We're talking just over 500 megabytes. It's a master of one thing, function calling. And because of that, it doesn't need a giant data center. It can run right on your laptop. But hey, don't let that small size fool you. This thing is powerful. It's built on Google's brand new Gemma 3 architecture, and it was trained on a jaw-dropping 6 trillion tokens, which are just pieces of text and code. All that training means it can understand really complex requests, and it makes it super easy for developers to tweak it for their own specific tools. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But let's look at how this actually works with a simple, real-world example. All right, so imagine you're a store manager. You need to check your inventory. Instead of clicking through a bunch of clunky menus, you just talk. You speak or type a simple request like this one. It's natural, it's easy, it's just how people actually communicate. So FunctionGemma gets that request, and bam, it instantly translates it. Now, it doesn't just guess the answer. Instead, it generates a perfectly structured command just like this. It knew the right tool to use, the check inventory function, and it figured out the exact piece of info it needed, the product ID. And this is the really crucial point. The AI isn't digging around in your database itself. No way. It's just writing the recipe. It hands that perfectly structured command back to your application, and then your application is the one that actually runs it. This whole process creates a super secure and predictable workflow. So your application takes that command, runs the inventory check, and gets the result. And just like that, you get a simple, helpful answer to your question. It goes from a casual request to a concrete answer all in like a fraction of a second. Okay, so it's a cool piece of tech for sure, but why does it matter? Why is a small, specialized model like this such a big deal? Let's zoom out a little bit. Well, this kind of technology unlocks a whole new level of smart automation. We're talking about smart homes that don't just react to you, but actually anticipate what you need. Or personal agents on your phone that could book an entire trip from a single sentence. This is all about making our technology way more useful and accessible to everyone. And this really gets to the heart of it, the key takeaway. Because FunctionGemma is so small and efficient, all this power doesn't have to live way up in the cloud. It can run right on your own personal devices, your laptop, your desktop, and that means faster responses, way better privacy, and it'll even work when you're offline. That's a game changer. Look, this big shift from AI that just talks to AI that actually acts, it's just getting started. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. What are we going to build? What new tools, apps, and experiences will we all create when any device can understand us and, most importantly, act on our behalf?